Hello, this is the weekly reading for June 1st through 7th. And we still have the retrogrades that we've been having. The main ones that I want to start with are Neptune, Saturn, Pluto, and the North Node. And the ones that we have been having are Saturn, Pluto, and the North Node. Saturn is getting rid of negative habits, people, things in our life and restructuring them. That's why you feel the distance between people and things that do not serve you. Pluto is revisiting life challenges that we've had in relationships. If you are the type to cling, you are revisiting that, and it's making it harder for you because it's time for you to let that go. We also have North Node, and that is with your life direction. So with those three things, Saturn, Pluto, and the North Node in retrograde, that enough is restructuring our life and getting rid of things that we no longer need, okay? Neptune has been in retrograde from the 18th of June. Yeah, the 18th of June to the 1st. Yes, to the 1st of this month. And that was about review of our desires. So a lot of things that we wanted, we no longer want anymore. That is definitely going away. We're facing the consequences of actions that we have done in the past. Resetting personal limits, which is a part of that restructuring. Now we have Jupiter. Jupiter is in retrograde until next week sometime. And Jupiter is teaching us how to deal with our emotions and what they mean, okay? If we had a hard time with people, situations, they are starting to end going into next week. So you're going to start to feel a lot of animosity leaving you because you're going to change that part of your life or that instance. It no longer serves you, so you don't feel the need to cling to it anymore because of all of these retrogrades, which is really good. I'm going to pull something for that. The crown chakra, which I love. This is about connection to spirit and your own wisdom, which is the third eye. That's your own wisdom, your intuition, and those two things are starting to connect at this time. So you're starting to get some sort of understanding. This is a time that you are more spiritual, because if you're trying to cling, your spirituality will help you let it go in a more comfortable way, so it doesn't feel as though it's overwhelming you, because you know that you're doing it for the good of yourself, okay, and your future. So moving into the calendar, we have the sun in Cancer throughout this whole week and into the middle of the month. And the sun in Cancer is where you're focusing on yourself, your home, your future, the things that you're carrying with you, okay? You are being very nurturing and taking care more of yourself, I feel like, this week, okay, than others. Not saying that you're not, but your emotions are running deep and you're sensitive to certain things that you will not, that you normally would allow in your life. And we have temptation and triumph, which is the devil and the chariot. Hold on one second. I have to go turn my tea off. Thank you. Sorry about that. So temptation is about letting things go that no longer serve you, which is the element that you're in. right now, and learning how to move forward in your own will. Okay, making better decisions, having more power behind your decisions. Be careful, because with this, like I said, your emotions are running really deep because of the sun being in Cancer. So you may have a tendency to fall back into old patterns. But that's why the Devil card comes up as a reminder that these are the things that no longer serve you. So it's time for you to let them go, to move forward from them. Okay? There it is. This is the Eight of Cups. This talks about walking away from things that you have built into something new. And it's going to take a lot of soul searching for you, for some of you to do that. For some of you, it may be a little bit easier. I do feel the need to talk about letting things go and the after effects of feeling like you have made bad decisions. That is something that you're going to have to deal with yourself this week. But on the 5th, you have Chiron going into retrograde. And that's what's going to help you out, okay, so on Thursday. So Chiron in retrograde is going to help you clear out inner pain. The inner pain of feeling like you've made bad decisions because of your emotions, with the sun being in Cancer. And you're going on a path of learning how to master life in the way that is best for you. Okay, so you have the Seven of Cups and you have Shadow, which is the Moon card. So this is about making better choices in your life. Knowing that you have different paths and different options that you could have taken in your life, and clearing out the illusion of feeling like you have to do something or that you've made bad decisions, and to think more clearly so you can move forward on your own path, on what it is that you want to do after a moment of meditation, which I feel like has been the past month or the past weeks. The Moon card is about facing things, reflection on that, like I said before, reflecting, making changes, okay? Being skeptical about the things in your life opens you up to dialogue in areas of your life that you haven't been open to before. So that's very, very good, leading you to a path of self-understanding, okay? So thank you so much for listening. You'll see me in a second for the weekly readings. I love you very much. Love and light. Hello, fire signs. This is your weekly reading for July 1st through 7th. I also just realized that, well, the Ace of Wands just fell out, but I didn't say what sign, so I'm putting that back in there. I just realized that I did the calendar for June, and it was supposed to be July, so I apologize about that. But we're going to start with Aries. So Spirit, what do you have for Aries for July 1st through 7th? We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Five of Pentacles, the Strength in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, the Page of Swords in reverse, and the Three of Swords. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Death in reverse and the Four of Pentacles on the upright. So with this being the overall energy, first we have the Death card in reverse, okay? So all in all, Aries, you're coming to the end of something, okay? I feel as though you're not ready to let it go, especially with the Four of Pentacles being here. I don't think that you're ready to let it go this week. You're holding on. You're trying to keep things together. And that could be bad for you. The only reason why I feel like it's bad is because the Death card is in reverse. And that to me means that you're holding on a little bit too tight because you're not ready for things to change. Okay? So you start off with the King of Pentacles in reverse. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, as it is a pentacle. This could be you having financial issues this week, okay? Not really in control of your domain as much as you want to. You may have felt like you actually failed at work or failed at a relationship for some of you, okay? I do feel like you are trying to hold on. I feel like it is just the residual energy of that happening and you thinking, I need to grab it, you know? So you may not be having good communication, or you may not be getting replies back from a career type situation, and you're feeling less than what you are, like at less value, okay? You do feel like you're left out in the cold, maybe like no one is helping you, there's no communication, no work being put in, feeling like you're alone, doing it on your own. I'm getting with that Five of Pentacles, and you're feeling a little low this week, okay? You're feeling low. There is going to become a time of separation here, especially with the Three of Swords. This doesn't look like a very happy week for you, I'm going to be honest, Aries. So it just looks like you're going to be at a loss here. This could be a separation, heartbreak, feeling like you're left out in the cold, right? Feeling like someone else didn't put in their time. Because with the Five, you know, I do feel like you're not alone, like you're with a person. But there may be a little bit of a mental split here, okay? And I feel like this is not making you feel good about yourself, not getting that communication, feeling inhibited. This is a very self-conscious week for you, so be very careful. Be very careful also, like I said, of holding on to something that it needs to be gone. Particularly a person, an event. It's about moving on. I feel like more moving on for your own will, so you can have that passion back, okay, Aries? So we have the Queen of Wands and the Fool in reverse. The Queen of Wands shows me that you're still trying to be on top. There may be another fire sign that's trying to help you, but I really feel like this is you. I feel like you're trying to be assured that things will be right, okay? And you're doing a very good job, even though this is what's buried underneath. I feel like this is what's on top, right? Even though you are seeming self-assured or like you have everything together, there's nothing to worry about, I still feel with the Fool in reverse that because you're feeling this way underneath, you could make bad moves this week. And that's why I said about you holding on too tightly to something when something is trying to pass through your life. So be careful about making foolish decisions just to feel good this week, okay? So I'm going to pull the Oracle card for you, Aries. Ooh. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Beautiful. This means that you are responsible for your own life. No one else is. You make your decisions, okay? You have to keep that in mind. Again, about holding on too tightly to things, okay? I feel like that's important. Holding on too tightly is the theme here, is the issue, is the problem that could be. You have to let things roll off your back this week. That's the message. Okay? So what do we have for Leo? Okay, Spirit, what do we have for Leo for July 1st through 7th? What would you like them to know, pay attention to, or be aware of? You have the Lovers, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Empress, the Moon in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles. On the bottom, you have the Emperor and the Hermit. Okay, Leo. Something is going to make you passive this week. You're going to kind of go with the flow, put your head down. And inside, you're thinking. I feel like you have a lot to think about this week. A lot of contemplation. I feel like you're trying to figure out what your next steps are. You start off this week good with the Lover's card. That means that all things are put together. I feel like you feel abundant, a good mother, good home. You feel good this week. It could also be that you're speaking with your mother about something in your life and she gives you some really good advice. You're definitely standing your ground this week, and that's what makes this a better week. I feel like you feel like everything is a little bit more leveled. It may be a little bit hard though, because the things around you are not really changing, but you feel like you can still hold on a little bit longer. You are uncertain about the future. You do know that, okay? But you also know that you are the creator of your life. You have a lot to give. You're mature enough to know that how to make the right kind of moves and decisions. Towards the end of the week, I feel like you're stepping away from this a little bit. It's like you were standing up for what you believe in, even though what someone else is saying. This feels like a roller coaster this week. It's like up, down, up. It's like, I think you need to take a vacation towards the end of the week to get yourself together, like to step out, to figure out how to work together, how to create like a team unit. To get some acceptance. You may choose to walk away and go with someone else. If this is a relationship issue, you're walking away to go to someone else that makes you feel better. But like I said, I feel like you're being passive. And while you were being passive, you had a lot to think about. You have the Four of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse. It's like you're starting to accept that things are not stable. Like your home is not stable, or things are just not good. But it just feels like you're okay with it. And you're doing that to stop worrying so much. So you're taking a passive approach after thinking, because that felt a little bit better for you. Honestly, Leo, I feel like you're just trying to figure things out this week. You have humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Beautiful. And that's what I feel like you're doing this week. You're like, things are bad, but I'm okay. And that's going to work out better for you. Honestly, Leo. Okay. Next we have Sagittarius. Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius for July 1st through 7th? What would you like them to know, pay attention to, or be aware of? Lovers, Page of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords, King of Wands, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, both in the upright, Sagittarius. Okay. I feel like you have this idea in your mind, Sagittarius, that there is about to be a separation or a split, or that you need to make a separation or a split. Maybe you don't feel happy, or that you have no other option but to make that move. It's very interesting because I feel like you feel sad about it. It's not something that you want to do, but you just have it in your mind that this is what you need to do. You're in a relationship that makes you happy or you feel good in. Not that things are going perfectly. I'm just saying that it's one that you feel good in. Feel good like it's supposed to be. But it feels like it's on the outs right now. Like things just aren't right. To you, it feels like a pause, but you're trying to figure out if it's more than that. But I feel like you're going to be the one to message or bring something up, because you want to figure out what the direction is or where things are going. I feel like towards the end of the week, you're both going to get on the same page. Like something, like you're going to get out what you need to get out, or see or find out what you need to find out. But it's not going to be easy. There is definitely going to be some changes, especially with the Wheel of Fortune being here. Four of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. It's like you start to realize that things really aren't going to work. By this conversation or this interaction. And you realize that this isn't what you thought it was. It's like you're becoming more clear. You had two cards that flew out. You had acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. So you're learning how to accept what is happening, learning how to move on to see what you need to see. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Stop trying to figure out why. Who cares why? It just is what it is now. And now is the time to learn how to accept. And now is the time to learn how to move. Okay? So thank you so much for listening. All my information is in the description box below if you would like a private reading. I love you so much, guys. Love and light. Bye-bye.